Hello everyone, welcome to class. My name is Marica and today we're going to do a flow that I like to call the graceful flow. Feeling graceful, okay? So all of us like to imagine that sometimes we're a ballerina on our point shoes, dancing through the air. Well, it looks like they're dancing through the air. So let's try to mimic that feeling in yoga because it's possible to do that. I'm going to show you how. So let's start on our knees. You can keep your toes tucked or you can let them go, whatever feels good. And just bring your arms next to you, bend them at 90 degrees. And we're going to just do a little back bend. But remember, we're being graceful, so have slow, controlled movements, okay? So roll the shoulders back and little back bend. Come back up. And roll the shoulders back, little back bend. Come back up. One more time, roll the shoulders back, little back bend, and come back up. And now we're going to interlace the fingers behind the back. You can let the palms touch, if you can do that. For me, it doesn't always feel really good, like I'm not really warm at the moment. So if you're doing this early in the morning, just make sure the fingers are interlaced and slowly, gracefully, start to tip over, bringing the arms with you, and let your forehead touch the ground. Feel that stretch in the shoulders and slowly come back up. Slowly and gracefully. And you can lean back a bit and slowly come back down again. Forehead on the ground and come back up. If at this stage your fingers are slipping, just re-interlace them. One more time. Tip over. Let the forehead touch. And come back up. And from here, we're just going to come into cow face pose. So a really easy way to do that is to come into tabletop and then just cross your right knee over the left, okay, and sit back. Voila. Okay, but I'm just going to turn so I can face you. This pose is easier when the legs are closer, the feet is closer to the body. It's a bit harder when you take them further apart, so find out what works for you here. And you can either stay with your hands just propped to the side or bring them a bit to the front. But what I actually want you to do, if you feel like you can do it, is bring your left arm up, bend the elbow, reach towards your lower back, and bring your right arm, the palm is facing towards the back, tuck in the elbow, try to interlace the fingers. Okay, so mine is barely touching, just so you know, this is like my worst side. So just try to reach the fingers towards one another. If they don't touch, that's fine. You can also use a strap to close the distance. But just reach and let it go. Shake it out and switch the legs. So we're bringing the left leg over the right. Just sit back. And now the arms will be also the opposite side. So bring the right hand overhead, bend, reaching towards the lower back. Your left arm is coming behind you, palms facing to the back. This is my good side. Link the fingers and just sit up nice and tall. Give it a nice deep breath in and out. And let the hands go and slowly just roll over the feet and move into a downward facing dog. It's your first down dog of the day. Just paddle out the feet. You can also stay still. And slowly just become still in your downward facing dog. Look towards the hands. Take your right foot, step it to the outside of the right wrist. And just let this knee calm down. Alright, so what you can do here is roll the right foot to the pinky edge of the toe. Like you can turn it a bit to the diagonal, the toes, and then just press the hip open. Okay, so this is like, we really want to get into the hips here. So you can use your hand, your right hand, to press that hip open. Your left hand is on the ground. Try to keep moving the chest forwards. And just working in that hip. You can keep the back toes tucked, or you can untuck them, whatever feels good. And slowly come back into a downward facing dog. Paddle out the feet. So perhaps it feels a bit uneven now. We're going to even it out. So look towards the hands and step the left foot to the outside of the left hand. And let the right knee come down. Remember to keep the chest moving forward, just open. Just a nice hip opener here. And come back to a downward facing dog. And we're going to do something similar, but this time your legs are going to work a bit, okay? So look towards the hands, step the right foot between the hands, and come into a crescent lunge. Bring the arms up, sit into the hips, and from here, just slowly start to dip over towards the right, getting a nice stretch in the body. If you fall over, it's okay, just come back up. Do it slowly and gracefully. Dip over to the other side, and slowly come back up. And from here, interlace the hands behind the back like we did at the start, and just dip over to the front. Humble warrior. You're a humble but graceful warrior. Come back up. And step back to plank, and just move into a downward facing dog. Look between the hands again. This time step the left foot between the hands. Wiggle the back foot back if it feels good. Bring the arms up. Slowly start to dip over to the left. Stretching the side of the body. Come back up. And then stretch it over to the right. Come back up. Interlace the hands behind the back. Come into a humble warrior. Gracefully. Slowly come back up. Place the hands on either side of the foot. And let's move through a little vinyasa. So lower between the elbows. Roll the shoulders back. Little cobra. And just come back up to a downward facing dog. Paddle out the feet. Legs up and working. And even when you get tired, remember that doesn't mean you have to be less graceful. Just be mindful and have some grace towards yourself as well. It's okay to be out of breath. I'm out of breath too. Alright, from here, you're going to look towards the hands. And what I want you to do is just move to a nice plank. Everybody's favorite pose, okay? And from here, just slowly start to lower between the elbows. Down, 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 all the way, all the way. And here, your hands are like kind of in line with your chest. Just move them as wide as your mat almost. Come to the fingertips and roll the shoulders back, lifting the chest, charging cobra. A graceful charging cobra. Come down. And one more time, roll back, come back up, and come down. I say one more time as lying, okay? One more time, this is the last time. Roll those shoulders back. And come down. Take the hands back to the sides of the body, and just come back into a downward facing dog. Paddle it out. And from here, just bend the knees and come to a nice tabletop. So knees is as wide as the hips, hands as wide as shoulders. And what I want you to do is extend your right arm out in front of you, your left leg back. And if you can, start to bend the left leg. Turn your right hand towards that foot. Grab the inside of that foot. kick the foot into the hand and extend through the chest. The more you kick into the hand, the more height you will gain. But this is not about height, okay? This is about having fun. Slowly come down. All right, let's try it on the other side. So, kick back, bring the left arm forward, bend the right knee, turn so you can grab the inside of the right foot with the left hand, kick into the hand. Keep moving the chest forward and let it go. And from here, just slowly move back up into a downward facing dog. Ooh. Even if you're a bit tired, still being graceful. Become still in your down dog. And from here, you're going to step the right foot. Actually, no. You're going to bend the knee and then bring it to the outside of the right wrist. Just like that. Pigeon pose, okay? Wiggle that back foot as far back as it will go, so it's comfortable. Just sit up nice and tall as you can sit in this pose. So you notice like your back's curving a bit. That's what we want. Okay, so what I want you to try here is mermaid pose, all right? So let's just give it a try. So you can reach back, bend that foot, and just grab a hold of the inside of it with the left hand, and bring your right hand out in front of you. Let the index finger and the thumb touch. And if you feel like you can do it, you can bring the foot into the crease of the elbow. Okay, so let's try that. My watch is in the way, so I'm just helping my foot in there. And then try to grab the fingertips. And just look ahead. Full mermaid here. And come back down. And come back to a downward facing dog. Now your leg's gonna feel really uneven, so let's try that on the other side. So, bend that left knee, bring it to the outside of the left wrist. Wiggle that foot back. Sit up as tall as you can. Take a deep breath in and out. And grab the right foot, the right hand. And just bring your left hand out in front of you. Let the thumb and the index finger touch. And relax in the pose. I'm like picturing that little mermaid scene where she's on the rock in the ocean with the water splashing behind her, and she still manages to look perfectly perfect. Yeah, I wish I looked that good with my hair wet. So from here, just try to bring that right foot into the crease of the right elbow. Bring the left arm overhead, interlace the fingers. If you can, otherwise you can just stay where we were. And exhale. Come back into a down dog. Just for a second. Bring the knees together, feet together, sit back and bring your arms towards your ankles. Now that feels good. Take a few breaths here. Really appreciate just how gracefully you went through this flow. Even if you fell over, that's okay. Like, grace doesn't mean perfection. And also, like I said, it's about being graceful towards yourself. Trying again when you fall. Slowly come back up. Let's cross the legs. And from here, just interlace your fingers in front of you, like this. And just bring them up ahead. And when you bring them down to shoulder width again, just round the back. And come back up. And round the back. Come back up. And slowly Just let the arms go. Bring your hands to your knees. You can even do what we just did in Mermaid Pose, touching your index finger to your thumb. Let your palms face up. Just take a moment to appreciate all your body just did. Super cool. Take one more deep breath in and out. And start to slowly raise your arms up above your head. Let the palms touch. Bring the hands down to the heart center. Let the eyes blink open. Thank you so much for joining me for class. I hope I'll see you next time. Namaste.